Okay, welcome to the 4th grade Thursday homework check for those working through quarter 3. The first section is comparing greater than, less than, or equal to. So if we compare, we both have 7 million. Then look, 5 is in the 100,000s place here, but 3 is in the number to the right. So 7,539,928 is greater than 7,359,999. Okay, the next one, we only have to look at the 100,000s place. 338,840 is greater than 284,499. All right, finding the sum. 3 and 5 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. I give the 1 to the 9, and I've got 10 plus 4, that's 14. And look, I've got a doubles. 8 and 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Now, if I give this 1 to this 8, we've got 9 plus 9, that's 18. And 1 and 1 is 2. So 287,468. Finding the product. There's nothing fancy we have to do here for this one. It's just one step. Here we go. 6 times 8, 48. Again, 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 4 is 52. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 5 is 29. And 6 times 9 is 54. Plus 2 is 56. So 56,928. Over the last 8 years, Mr. Rodriguez has collected 4,376 baseball cards. If he collected the same number of cards each year, how many did he collect in 1 year? So we're going to take this big number and divide it over the 8 years. So 8 is our divisor. I'm going to do my little box now and making groups of 8. I notice my first digit is a 4, and I know I can't get any groups of 8 out of 4. So I'm going to go ahead and write the next digit beside it, then space a little bit, and then the last digit space a little bit. There we go. So now we're looking at how many groups of 8 could we get out of 43. Now remember that 5 times 8 is 40. That's a difference of 3. The difference pops right up here. 8 times 4 is 32. That's a difference of 5. Pop the difference up here. And 8 times 7 is 56 with no remainder. So the final answer is what's on top here. It's 547 cards in 1 year, if you want to get really good. All right, find the least common multiple of 5 and 3. Multiples are different from fractions. If you think multiples, think counting by that number. So here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I think I can stop. Now 3. Since we want to find the least common multiple, least meaning smallest, as soon as I hit one that's also a match, I can stop. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Look, it's a match. The smallest one, or the least one that matches, is 15 in both lists. Find an equivalent fraction. Well, remember how I told you, as long as you multiply or divide and do the same thing to the numerator as you do to the denominator, you will get an equivalent fraction. So on this one, I noticed they're both multiples of 5, so I'm going to divide both by 5. Look here. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 15 divided by 5 is 3. So 5/15 is equal to 1/3. Now we could do our doubling trick and end up with 10/30ths. But I just wanted to show you that as long as you multiply or divide and do the same thing to the numerator and the denominator, you also get an equivalent fraction. With this one, I hope you recognize, oh yeah, we could divide both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now, if you still did the doubling trick and you did 6/18, that's fine also. But I want you to start recognizing there are other ways to make equivalent fractions rather than just doubling both numbers. All right, here we go with our adding And subtracting mixed numbers, 6 tenths plus 8 tenths is 14 tenths. And 5 wholes plus 3 wholes is 8 wholes. Except a whole in tenths is 10 tenths. So we're going to pull out 10 tenths and have another whole. So not 8 wholes, but 9. And if I take 10 tenths away from the 14 tenths, that leaves 4 tenths. However, I hope you can recognize that you can divide both the 4 and the 10 by 2. So here's what it really equals. Half of 4 is 2, and half of 10 is 5. So 9 2/5 is the best way to express that answer. All right, 3/5. Take away 4/5. That's like saying 3 pieces, take away 4 pieces. You can't do it. We have to borrow a whole. That leaves us with 3 wholes. When we borrowed that whole, we were really taking away 5/5, and we're going to add it to the 3/5. So that would give us 8/5. 8/5 minus 4/5 is 4/5, and 3 wholes minus 2 wholes is 1 whole. So 1 4/5 is the answer to that one. Okay, we know when we're multiplying by a whole number, we just put that over 1. Multiply across. 7 times 6 is 42, and 1 times 10 is 10. Here's where it gets interesting. How many groups of 10 could I get out of 42? I could get 4, couldn't I? So that'd be 4 wholes, and how many would be left over? 2, and our denominator stays the same. It's still tenths, but this will reduce. So let's rewrite it a better way. Half of 2 is 1, half of 10 is 5. So 4 1/5 is the best answer for that one. Let's put the 3 over 1. 4 times 3 is 12. 7 times 1 is 7. Now how many wholes can we pull out of that? Just 1, right? 7/7. That would leave 5/7 left over. 1 5/7. All right, let's put this over 1. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 times 5 is 5. How many 5/5 could I pull out of this? It'd be 3, wouldn't it? And that would get us up to 15 with 1 left over. So 3 1/5. Put this over 1. 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 6 is 6. Now we're thinking, how many groups of 6 could I make out of 25? I could make 4 of them. That'd get me to 24, and I'd have 1 left over, and there's still 6. It's still the size of the pieces. And that's it for today.